So, back in the roasting that J dude who had his imaginary religion, Stone Skull. I had to wait a minute because I forgot what your code name was. Stone Skull mentioned a person that none of you guys know. His name is Joseph Graham. Now, I'm only going to say his name once and refer to him as Snowflake because that's what he is. Now, Snowflake is, as what we are calling him, a snowflake. He is a weak-minded asshole. He is the type of person to make fun of a person and cry and sue because he was at the end of a joke for once.
That's the exact thing that happened.
He would call everybody retards. He would call everybody faggots. He would make fun of anybody he could. But then, when we put him at the end of the joke, he started getting all pissy. Like a fucking dog. He started getting all pissy. So, I'm gonna give you a rundown. One of my friends put a box on top of his head. They started fighting, and Snowflake decides to grab a pencil and try to stab my other friend, which doesn't work. And he should have got expelled for that, trying to stab another student over putting a box on his head.
Honestly, he'd do this entire world a favor. Like
Yeah.
if he just like if he went home and he just did whatever he did and he never came out again. I can't name a single person
Who would
who would
genuinely
ever
miss him.
bring up his name again.
Yeah. And then he leaves the friend group because he's a little pussy and couldn't understand what a joke was at the time and still doesn't. And then one day, Private Numbnuts over here decides to text Snowflake's older brother, they're twins, so it's only about a minute older, decides to text Snowflake's older brother, fag, go away, kill yourself another day. Now, it was in a nursery rhyme format. And nursery rhyme format, that was obviously a joke.
Like 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have 15 minutes, it doesn't really matter.
Alright, cool.
So, he says, it's in a nursery rhyme, fag, go away, kill yourself another day. Take, on rain, wing, go away, come again another day. I forgot it because how much we said it. So, he texts Snowflake's older brother by a minute, and instead of talking to Stone Skull about it, instead of talking like any normal rational person, and just working things out, asking if it was a joke, if he meant it, why he would say it, instead of doing something like that, he goes straight to the law. He goes and sues Numbnuts.
Please do not.
Stone Skull. Sorry.
That's better. I mean, yeah.
You don't like me petting your head, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay, I'll stop. I almost pet you again.
Also, by the way, I'll have you know this. So, there was this, just so you know this for later. Last person who pet me, I slapped them very hard.
Okay, I'll stop. Yes. So,
that happened to be Lucas, and he fell out of his chair.
Bro, quit name dropping.
They don't know who that is.
True. So Snowflake sues Stone Skull, and eventually, after what happens, he doesn't get a single dime. Fortunately, he doesn't get a dime. But
not even a penny.
Nope, not even a penny. Nothing.
Never went to court.
Except for a verbal restraining order. which isn't really working anymore because they are still talking. They still talk sometimes.
Joe talks to me.
Joe,
That's his problem. That's
Snowflake
not
talks to
mine.
him. Snowflake talks to him. He doesn't talk back because the verbal restraining order is hopefully still in place. He can't talk to them. Good. But
I don't talk to anybody good.
So that's about it on why we don't like him for what he did. But there is more. I'm gonna keep going, actually.
Yeah, you should.
He turns out to be pretty abusive. I am going to be completely serious. I am not going to refer to him as Snowflake anymore because this is something that should be brought to light. Because I find this fairly abusive. One time,
Couldn't handle some pixels in a monkey game.
he was playing VR with Joe and his brother, and was it Gabe?
It was Gabe, me, Joe, and Ron.
They were all playing Gorilla Tag,
Gorilla Tag.
it was Gorilla Tag. They were all playing Gorilla Tag, and they had this thing where you would run from a monster, and so Stone Skull decides to run up behind Joe
Ow.
and lead the monster towards him. The monster kills Joe, and he starts getting really mad.
And we start going, wah, wah.
He starts crying like a little pussy, and he goes to his older brother's room, and just for laughing at him making fun of Joe, Joe starts hitting his older brother, the oldest twin, starts hitting him for laughing at what Noah was saying. And can you turn that down?
Sorry.
Noah and Gabe saw what was happening.
You said my name again.
Whatever. It's fine. So eventually, they can see what is going on because the eldest twin between Joe and his older brother, the eldest twin, is sitting there almost curled up in a ball crying. This is what I heard from the eldest twin, Gabe, and him. And so then there's another time. Gabe, Joe, and the elder twin go to, was it an amusement park?
Yeah, it was an amusement park.
They go to an amusement park, and
Ow.
Joe wants to ride this one ride. I can't remember what it's called.
Well, actually, that's not exactly what happened. So, here, let me tell you the exact thing that happened.
Okay.
We were going, and Ron got mad at Joe because he said something he shouldn't have, and it made Ron mad. He said he was like stupid or something. He took it the wrong way, and Ron got mad at him and started like not talking to him and like having like his angry face or something. And Joe was like, "Cut it out," and he was like, "No." And he was like, "Cut it out now," and he was like, "No." And then he freaking grabs his throat like this, trying to choke him. Like, chill out. Like, it's not. He has severe anger issues, and somebody needs to put him in his place. Some of these days, he has to like learn a freaking lesson for like it is not.
And he has so much pride, it's not even funny. He will go behind. He will say you're his best friend, and then go behind your back and talk so much shit about you.
the funniest part is that the popular kids do that, but he is nowhere close to being popular.
Yeah.
He's so desperate for people to like him, it's not even funny.
Yeah. He has so much pride, it's not even funny either. Because, like, he will make fun of so many people. But when one person makes a joke about him, he goes, like, he gets.
He wasn't told no enough as a child.
Yeah. He gets super pissy about it and he starts getting mad. One time he called all of my friends stupid. He called all of my friends stupid, and
Including me.
yeah. And I said, "Well, so are you. Well, aren't you as well?" And he looks at me with the most wannabe killer glare. He looks at me like a 5-year-old looks at you after you tell him no to the fruit snacks.
No, honey, you're not allowed to go to McDonald's this year. Durr, durr.
Like, he will actually pout. It's not even funny. And then,
I'm not stupid.
it's
Just talking about him is pissing me off, dude.
it genuinely I genuinely need a break.
Yeah, like I need a break from talking about it, and it's
All right,
actually
we'll
annoying.
be right back. Okay, well, we're back. You good?
Yeah.
And their attention span is so it's genuinely sad. Their dad, because their parents are divorced, their dad had to spend $20, $10 on both of them. He had to spend $20 to keep them entertained for an hour. They got phones the prior year, and they couldn't. Their attention span is so low that they couldn't have just played on their phones. It is genuinely sad and pathetic. And of course he thinks he's funny. He laughs at his own jokes. It is honestly pathetic.
He laughs before at his own joke like he's the funniest person in the world.
It is honestly pathetic. I find his existence pathetic. It is honestly sad.
Back when I was still friends with him, one time he did an open mouth smile and put a thumbs up and stood like stupidly in the hallway at me, and then just started busting out laughing like it was the funniest thing he's ever seen.
Yeah. He has the attention span and the comedy gold as a child. Not a teen like he actually is. A child.
He still laughs at fart jokes.
I
That's
know.
not a joke. That is dead serious. I've seen him do that.
Yeah. I'm glad it's summer. He's moving next year.
Good.
It's honestly sad. Pathetic. Honestly, so sad and pathetic. Oh, we're about out of time. So, hopefully, you never run into him. He is dorky with glasses and thinks he's the funniest dude in the world because he does hockey. No joke, one time, I was in the hall with him, and he was like, "My coach said I have to get gains for hockey." And he flexed his muscles. Obviously, nothing showed up.
He
But
felt like a twig.
yeah. So hopefully you do not meet him because he is honestly pathetic and he is a absolute asshole.
Dude, you see how skinny my arms? My arms are like double what his are.
Yeah, anyways. So out of time. Bye.